monumental piece of legislation considered the crown jewel of the civil rights movement was dealt its final blow this spring. This week on the Newsfeed, as part of our coverage on voting, we explore the Supreme Court's decision to gut the Voting Rights Act, now making voters of color even more vulnerable to voting discrimination, which the VRA was enacted to protect. In April, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 on the Louisiana versus Calais case. The case centered whether the state of Louisiana complied with Section 2 of the VRA after a federal court ruled that the state's original congressional map illegally diluted black voting power. Lawmakers went back and created a second majority black district to update the original map. The Supreme Court asserted that even considering race to correct that injustice amounts to an unconstitutional racial gerrymander. For more than 8 decades, the Legal Defense Fund has been fighting for equality and due process under the law. Its associate director of counsel calls the High Court's decision terrible.
They took the Voting Rights Act and eviscerated it, but they did something even more disingenuous. They essentially said that the era of voting discrimination or discrimination in the United States, race discrimination, is over. And if you're going to bring a race discrimination case in the voting rights context or challenging a redistricting plan, you're going to have to factor in partisanship.
Cox says the decision has already created harm in other parts of the country. LDF urges voters outside of the Deep South to pay attention and vote. Tomorrow we'll dive deeper into voting assaults happening in Washington and across the nation with expert analysis. I'm Paris Jackson. Thank you for watching the Newsfeed.